Spreadbury. Spreadbury. Thank you very much.
My name is Sid Spreadbury. I'm just going to touch on a couple of things. I was going to speak in both of these, but I'm just going to kind of jam some stuff together, do it once.
Thank you.
Dispel some of the myths. We're throwing a lot of statistics around here. The 40,000 guns, all right? That includes Chicago, Washington, D.C. Those places that have the laws they're trying to institute, which have the high rate. I can tell you, in New Hampshire, last year, we had 21 homicides. That's what we had. 9 of those, oops, wrong page. 9 of those did not involve a firearm whatsoever. And to the rep, the lady had talked about Nashua and said the guy hung himself after he killed his wife, insinuating that it was done with a firearm. He stabbed his wife, then he hung himself. Firearm was not even involved in that. So 9 out of the 21 did not even have a gun involved in that. 2 of them were officer shootings that were justified. So we're down to 10 homicides in the whole state of New Hampshire, and a lot of them were suicides, I'll give you that, not homicides. Any of them that have been identified, the person already had the gun outside of waiting periods and had gone through background checks that none of this legislation you're doing would have affected in any way. The other ones were felons that got guns illegally on the black market. One of the issues you got here with everybody getting all confused is you've got 2 things. You guys are trying to find a way to stop the black market. You're trying to find a way to make the guy that's doing it under the rainbow over here and selling guns. They're not going to do it anyways. But what you're drawing in is a guy like me. All right, in the last year, my dad passed away. My mom is 83 years old. Now, she's had a .357 revolver for years. She's had a permit for years to have it. Well, she realized when my dad went, she couldn't handle a gun anymore. So she came to me and said, hey, you know, I'm here alone now. I want something. I gave her a .380. Gave her something she could handle, shoot, took her out, shot it, made sure she could handle it. In order, after this bill went through, I would have had to go take her about an hour and a half away from where she lives to get to anybody that we could have done the transfer so I could transfer it to her to bring it back home. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's my mom. I've known her all my life. I was there when she, the last, you know, as far as I know, and I was there the last time she actually got a background check and bought a gun many years ago. So I know she hasn't been arrested or anything in between. But this law would not let me do that. One other one is I have a friend of mine. Him and his wife are splitting up amicably. They're fine. They're good. There's no animosity.
We're just trying to give a 3-minute warning.
Okay. No animosity. They had one handgun in the house. He was leaving to go get an apartment. She asked if she could have the handgun for protection because she's home alone. He said yes. He moved into an apartment, and because of cost, was in a pretty rough part of town. All of a sudden he said, ooh, I got nothing. I lent a man I've known for many years a handgun. He had it for 2 weeks until he bought his own and he gave it back to me. Now to do that, I would have had to go to the thing, we'd had to do a transfer for 2 weeks to turn around and do a transfer again. It's asinine. What you're trying to stop, this bill is not going to do. It's just going to hurt people like us, and I'll leave it at that.
Thank you very much. And again, I want to just, written testimony, please give this clerk. I just want to caution people. I'm not going to accept any more pink cards for this hearing. I just got one more. I'm going to do that. And you can set Dr. Michael Leon.
Any questions? I'm done.
No, we're good. Thank you.
Croc TV.